Hey guys, what's up? We got a cooking special for you today. It's gonna be swirl and dumplings. We got swirl right in the crock pot. These are the ones we shot from this weekend. It's 4 out of the 7 we got. So first thing you want to do is you're gonna get your squirrel skinned and gutted, which we've already done. And then you're gonna take them and you're gonna put them in the crock pot for 5 to 6 hours. And I use chicken broth, but you can use chicken broth, turkey broth, whatever kind of broth you want to use. It's got like a chicken-like texture of meat to it, so you pretty much want to treat it like chicken. But you're gonna let them cook for about 5 or 6 hours. Then you're gonna pull them out. You pull them out, put them in a bowl or something. These guys are gonna be very tender, so be a little gentle when you pull them out. I also put these in at 6 o'clock this morning, so oh yeah, that fella right there is tender. Right now it's gonna be good right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, snap. Let's see if I feel anywhere that's falling through. Alright. You're gonna take these and let these guys cool off a little bit. You're pretty much just gonna break it off the bone. Before you do put them in though, you need to salt and pepper them really good. Nothing special. Make sure they're clean. And then you just put them chicken stock, let them go for about 5 or 6 hours, and then after that, that's when the work starts. All right, so once you've taken your squirrels out of the crock pot and let them cool, you can start breaking them down. The meat off of the bones. Some bitch, that's hot. So basically, it's like chicken, and you can see it got a chicken what's the word for it? Texture.
Yeah, that.
Chicken texture to it. So you're just gonna pretty much pull it off the bone. Just like anything, when you break down chicken, you got to be really careful of the bones. So, better err on the side of caution. Sound great. And if you're a bad shot like I am, you're gonna break bones. So make sure your bones don't end up in there, especially your big like femur bones, your shin bones. Shin bone on a person, it's not shin bone on a squirrel. I don't know. Break all this meat down. And looking back at it now, piece of advice, as I would say, was cut the ribs off. The ribs and that shank meat right there going along the side of the stomach, like right through here, cut that off because those rib bones were really easy to get mixed in. So, word from the wise. I pulled a couple squirrel bones on my teeth in my life. You can take your fork and just kind of work it in. Just kind of rake the meat off of the bone. And like I said, you're not going to get every single little piece of meat off, but get what you can without having a femur pop up in your stew or something, because that's a good way to piss some people off and make them not want to eat at your house anymore. So, like this right here, just a little bit of shank. You can eat that if you really want to. Eat this. I'm just kind of pulling it off with my fingers and just feeling as I go. Because that's really a good way to make sure you don't put a bone on someone's plate and have them choke on it. This is the shank, not shank, but flank. Flank is the word I'm thinking of. So you get that little bit of flank meat. All of this back meat right here is what a lot of people like, especially on animals like rabbits. I personally love rabbit. So it's probably better cuts of meat on a squirrel. And there's just not a lot of meat on a squirrel in general, so you're going to have to really work. But everybody likes to go out and get a couple squirrel at the start of the new year. Justin, how was your first time squirrel hunting public land?
It was fun, man. We had a lot of fun. We walked a lot.
Yeah.
really just being out there in the woods, walking around, exploring new things. It's a good time. So
it also lets you kind of see where everything's at the late season, like with hunting pressure on public land. A lot of deer move spots, and they're not the same spots as they were back in like September and October. And they're in post rut and everything, so it really gives you a good chance to know next year, like, hey, this is late season food sources. This is where I need to focus my efforts for next year in late December, mid to late December. It's always something to learn out in the woods, even if it's just walking around. Okay. All right, guys. So once you've already picked your meat off the bone, I got 4 squirrels here. I got a pretty nice sized plate. You can get things off the back, legs, front, shoulders. If you're really good, you're a pro at it. Like you're real hunt squirrels, since you're like that. You can get the meat from in between the ribs, but I don't really know how to do it without getting a bunch of bones in there. The main thing, whenever you're wanting to serve this to someone who hasn't eaten squirrel before or doesn't really like wild game, is they're going to eat with their eyes first. So make sure it looks presentable. That's going to be the main thing they see before they even want to smell it, taste it, touch it, whatever. But once you've already got this pulled off the bone, you're going to throw it right back in your crock pot, just like this right here. Slide that right there. You might want to take a fork and kind of spread it around a little bit. And then what I like to do is I like to have vegetables in my swollen dumplings. So take a bag of frozen vegetables. It doesn't have to be very many. Dump that in there. Just like so. And then you're gonna get your better than bouillon, or how do you say it?
I don't know, man. I don't even know what that stuff is.
Man, it looks French. So we're gonna say better than bouillon. Or yeah, I think it is bouillon.
Yeah.
I got my own knife. Leave me alone. No. Leave me alone.
Taking forever.
Well, slow and steady wins race.
Nice.
Nice. You can cut it open. I mean, if you're just like Uncle Eddie, you can just like take and dust it every day. Alright, and then you're going to take 1 tablespoon of this. I almost didn't get that can up. You're going to take 1 tablespoon, because this stuff is really strong. 1 tablespoon of that right there. Try not to get a heaping teaspoon, but you take your fork or whatever you want to use. My nose wants to itch so bad right now, but I'm not. Alright, once you get that in there, put this back. This is basically the equivalent of like chicken stock or what is it? It's just basically just broth or stock.
Concentrated.
Yeah, it's like broth but superpowers. It'll work, but that's better. Depending upon how you like your dumplings, I'm just going to kind of take them and scoop them out with a spoon. Nothing special. Just throw it in there. I also made this batter last night. It's basically just biscuit batter. I took a little bit of butter in there, threw some extra butter in there, and some cheese. We actually ate some of this batter for breakfast this morning with what we turned into biscuits obviously. And I just eat straight batter for some. I feel like I'm making hush puppies right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've made hush puppies before. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. Hush puppies too. I love that. You basically just want to put enough in there to cover up the whole top. Not cover it, but you know. These are also. This is also buttermilk biscuit batter. I'll show you all the. Put a little pepper in there on top of it as well. So before you let this cook, we're going to turn it up to high. This is a very old crock pot. This is from my great grandma. So that's mine. It does really good, but whatever crock pot you have at house works. For biscuit batter or dumpling batter, I just use Formula L biscuit mix, Southern biscuit. I just made buttermilk biscuits with it pretty much. That's all dumplings pretty much are. So, but you're gonna let that cook for about another hour, and then you pretty much see all the dough and everything kind of rise up, and that's how you make it. You know, your vegetables will be kind of tender. So we let it cook for about an hour. But what we didn't get on camera is I added in cream of mushroom soup. So this is the end product right here. I had to break up the biscuits to stir it all in. Just try and get it thick. So it smells really good. What's it smell like to you, Justin?
I don't know. I can't really smell it. My nose is pretty stopped up. I can't really smell it. It looks really good though.
It smells like chicken and dumplings, but like, you know, chicken and dumplings kind of like a bland food.
Yeah.
It smells like it's got a little bit more seasoning to it. So I'm gonna cut it down to low. And it's the oldest crock pot I've ever seen in my life. And then we're gonna get this little bowl of it. Alright. Nice little bowl. We're gonna let it sit out and cool. I'm actually kind of excited to try this. This is the first time I've ever cooked anything like this or even had it. So, I want to wait for this to cool. I'll sit here and try this real quick. Biscuit batter can be cooked a little bit more, but that's just my fault. That's really good. It's like a chicken pot pie kind of soup. But yeah, I mean that's about the closest thing I can relate it to. It's really good. If you guys just kind of take this recipe, I'm gonna drop it down in the comments and just run with it. I think y'all can make something really good with it. I'd love to see what y'all do with it. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.